Phil asked a question about dry suits, so he wanted to know. He's looking to buy a new one. Should I get a second-hand dry suit? Should I get an off-the-peg one, or should I get a custom? Is like a custom-made measurement one worth that extra money?
Right. Where to begin with that?
Well, let's right second-hand.
Yeah, so it is a difficult one. If you are just starting out and maybe you don't have an infinite budget, but also like the thing I always say to new divers is how much are you going to dive?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone does it with start a new hobby. We've done it plenty of times, and you're like, all right, yeah, we're going to do it. And then you want to buy all the kit.
Yeah.
And it's like, buy what you need.
Yeah, and rent the rest.
Rent or borrow whatever you can.
Yeah.
And then see how much you're going to use it. Are you going to be diving every weekend?
Then get yourself a dry suit.
If you're going to be diving every weekend in the UK, don't waste your money on second hand.
Well, second-hand, I mean, if you really... It's like when you buy anything second-hand, clothes or whatever, if you're really lucky, then you might come up trumps. Or you might go on Vinted and think, oh, these are a mint pair of trainers.
You're going to do that.
And actually what the person's done is like glue them together so they look quite in good nick, and then you wear them twice and they fall apart.
Shocking.
So it is pot luck though. You could be dead lucky and get a perfect dry suit that fits you perfectly. There's no leaks. The seals are all great. Those rare chances do happen, but more than likely, when somebody buys second hand, they bring it into you. You test it and whatever.
Yeah, so I mean, second hand is an option. It's not something I'm saying, oh yeah, don't buy a second hand, come to us and buy new.
Oh no, not at all.
There definitely is. If you're very lucky, you can come across bargains, and some people are very good at finding bargains.
I mean, I always say to people as well, if they find something on Facebook Marketplace or whatever, send you the link,
Right.
and you have a look at it and say if you think it's worth the money.
Yeah. Also what you've got to think about is sizing. So if you are a very generic stock size, like you're a medium or large, it is a lot easier to go second hand. Fit is probably very important. Things like seals doesn't matter too much. It doesn't cost a lot to replace. So seals I wouldn't dwell on. But what I've had at the start of the season, I think I've had 10 or 12 second-hand suits come with. Every single one of them had a broken zip.
And they are expensive to fix.
You're looking at 200 quid to replace a zip. So yes, the zip's there, it works, but it's no longer watertight.
Yeah.
And that's usually the biggest thing to check. So if you can, try and have a look at the zips if you can first.
Well, what are you looking for? Like, because unless you pressure test it, you wouldn't really know.
You can, but yeah, you would need to know what you're looking at.
Yeah.
It's like glued material, and it's got a waterproof layer. So if that's delaminated, so if you can see the inner material underneath, then that's a good sign it's probably failed.
So second-hand, pot luck.
It is pot luck. I'd probably say with dry suits especially, you're looking for a newer suit. If it's a suit that is blatantly like 10 years old,
it belongs in a museum and
older,
all the seals are mouse-eaten.
It's up to you. You can gamble and see what happens, but you're just chasing money after bad money.
You're probably going to spend more fixing it up than what you did on the originals.
Technically, it'll still work out cheaper, but you're going to spend a lot of money on a suit that might not fit you very well, or isn't very comfortable. It's a tough judgment call.
Right, so second-hand pot luck might work out, might not. Might be spending good money after bad.
Yes.
Okay, so what about an off the peg?
So basically now we've got two choices, and the biggest question is going to be your budget. If you've got the budget and know you're going to dive loads, or you're already diving loads, then just go full custom. So just go for the top end suit, because it's going to be more comfortable, it's going to fit you perfect, and usually the top...
You get to choose the colours.
You get to choose the colours, yes. You get to choose the colours if you buy the Santis. But you can choose all the features you want.
Yeah, you can put P-valves and...
Generally the top end suits got, one dry suit and another dry suit, they look very similar, but the material it's made of does vary as you move up the scale. So you're getting kind of the more flexible, comfortable materials. So if it's a no-brainer and you can afford it, hands down, just go straight in. So for us, it's the Santi E-Lite Plus.
So budget-wise, what's the difference between an off-the-peg and a custom?
Right, so like full custom, you're looking at like £2,000 plus. And most of them generally kind of include, so certainly the Santi, the only other optional extra off the top of my head was the P-valve. Right. So you can choose whatever you want other than that. So that's nice. And also what you're getting with that is you're getting a made to measure. So there is custom options available, which isn't made to measure, which is kind of like altering a stock suit.
Like making the legs shorter.
Yeah. Whereas with a lot of the made to measures is someone actually physically measures you and picks the sizes.
Oh, suits you so with that tape measure.
Yeah. I get to do that. Yeah.
I'll add that to your list of skills for the rig doctor. You can make sure they do the end of the tape.
We show my age here as well, because there's probably people who've got no idea. Yeah.
You'll have to Google fast show.
Anyway, so then you kind of what is called a stock suit, which is basically a suit that sits on the shelf, and that's it. It just comes as it comes. And they'll just come as set sizes. Yeah. So for us, that's the Avatar range.
Yeah.
And the Sanity space as well. That comes as a stock option. So them type of suits, you were basically looking at 1,500.
All right, so there's like a 500-ish quid difference between...
No, it's probably more grand.
That's not what you said.
£2,000 plus.
Yeah, the difference between 1,500 and £2,000 is 500.
Right, okay, so, all right, it's £2,000 plus, as in it's like 2.5.
Why did you say 2.5?
I don't know.
Okay, so the difference between an off-the-peg suit and a custom suit is 1,500 to 2,500.
Ish, yeah.
Okay, so there is a big difference. Because if it was only 500 quid, I'd say, just push your budget a little bit and just go for the custom, but £1,000 is a lot more.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah. It depends on what you're looking for. I say like 1,500. Actually, the basic Avatar is 1,200. Not 1,500's for the package we do the bundle.
Oh, right.
I'm not a walking price list. I know you think that, but
yeah, but you need to explain what you're talking about.
Right.
Then.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough.
All right. So Billy Basic, nothing else.
Yes.
Out of a bundle deal, 1,200 quid for an off the peg Avatar suit. Put it in with our cool bundle deal. You get your suit, undersuit, dry gloves, glove liners.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And then there's the newer Aeron as well, which is basically a tougher material. So stock suits are generally, I don't want to say a poor quality material, it's generally a lighter weight material.
Yeah.
So it's not the top end tougher material, and it's just obviously how much that material physically costs.
Yeah.
But
like the Avatar, the 101, like the original one, that's really thin. So we would rather dive in sites where you're, scrambling over rocks and...
Yeah, just
like
school wear and tear. People don't take care of stuff if they don't.
Yeah, and we did abuse them.
Yeah, whereas customers do take care of them. If it was there, it won't. Yeah. So it's less of an issue with them. But the benefit you get in that is it's lighter weight, so it's a better travel suit. It's more flexible. It's breathable as well. So you do get trade-offs between that as well. So for me, purely the question is, what can you afford?
What's your budget?
Yeah, if your budget is for a top-end suit, you may as well just go for the top-end suit.
And be happy.
And just be happy and enjoy it and know that suit's going to last you.
It's almost like an investment, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
Because if you're buying a second-hand one, it might last a season and then...
Yeah, it's kind of a stopgap where, all right, you might get lucky, you can use it for a season, and you're like, I'm using this a lot, I don't really like it. I mean, when we first came back to the UK, we got some, not second-hand suits, but some cheap ex-demo suits.
Oh, yeah, we did, yeah.
Ex-display suits.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get back in the water and stuff, and then we just upgraded when we could.
Every time a new suit comes out, you're like, oh, I'll get one of them. What are you going to get?
That was permission, wasn't it?
What are you going to get?
Eli Plus.
What colour?
Oh, do you want to know something? I think I'll just get black.
It's so boring.
I know.
It comes in like mint colours, you're just going to get black.
I know, I was like, nah, I would never get black. I used to take the make out of Harry because he was just like, black. Like, you're boring, black. All the colours you can get. I don't know.
You can't have orange.
I know I can't have orange.
That's my colour.
But I quite like the grey with the black. I don't know. I think it probably will be either the blue. I do kind of like the red, but I don't know. Red's not my colour. So it'd probably be blue or black.
Fair enough.
Because I'm creative like that.
All right, so now you've got to service. The rig doctor's going to have to service a lot. You need to get £2,500. Get servicing.
No, that's not how this works. You just said I can go out and get one.
You can try, but the credit card will bounce.
Right.